My name is Zack, and my life is music. Or at least it was. My entire identity was neatly folded in my closet. 100 shirts, all black, all band tees. They weren't just clothes, they were an archive of metal history, my personal soundtrack. My daily ritual was simple. I'd choose a shirt, and that band would be the soundtrack for my soul. One Monday, I pulled on a classic faded tee for Void Echo. That night, I was scrolling through the news when I saw it. Void Echo's lead guitarist, Rickard, had been hospitalized, a minor burn injury from a freak accident with a toaster oven. I chuckled. Classic Rickard, probably drunk. Just a weird coincidence. A week later, I wore my rare vintage 1998 tour shirt for Iron Casket. The very next day, their bassist, Leaf, fell off a stage during rehearsal and broke his wrist. The tour was postponed. Okay, that was strange, but still, a coincidence, right? But I started keeping a mental log, just in case. I wore my Blood Harvest shirt, a band I'd seen a dozen times. The next day, the headline hit me like a punch. Their singer, Maya, suffered a sudden loss of voice yesterday, nodules on her vocal cords. Her career was in doubt. This wasn't funny anymore. The pattern was too sharp, too cruel. I was terrified, but a morbid curiosity took hold. I had to know for sure. I had to test the curse. I dug out a shirt for a long-disbanded, obscure power metal group, Galactic Wrath. Their drummer, Percy, was now a plumber, living a quiet life. I wore the shirt all day, my phone in my hand, waiting for the inevitable push alert. Nothing. Not the drummer, not the singer. The day ended in silence. I breathed a sigh of relief. The curse was broken. It only targeted active musicians. I poured myself a coffee. Just as I was about to relax, my phone chimed. It was a local news notification. Plumber Percy suffers severe electrocution injury while fixing a pipe in his own basement. I dropped my mug, the ceramic shattering on the floor. It was real. The curse wasn't about fame or being on tour. It was about the shirt. The shirt itself was the weapon. I scrambled to take off the Galactic Wrath tee, sealing it in a box like it was radioactive. Every single band shirt I owned went into storage, locked away like plague vectors. I started wearing only blank shirts. White, gray, navy, safe, boring. Weeks went by. I was depressed, adrift without my identity. But I was safe. And more importantly, the bands were safe. Then came the announcement that changed everything. The Requiem Festival. The ultimate heavy metal pilgrimage. And the headliner? My all-time favorite band, the legendary Crushing Hand. A once-in-a-lifetime show. I had to go. I bought a ticket, but my anxiety was a constant, suffocating weight. What could I possibly wear? Why was this happening to me? Was it the shirts that were cursed? Or is it me? Has my fandom and idolization of them gotten so extreme that I'm the one making this happen? This is the metal festival of a lifetime, but wearing a band shirt there was out of the question. It was too risky. I needed a loophole. Rummaging deep in my laundry, I found one last shirt, a forgotten gift from a festival years ago. It was a plain black tee, no logos, no graphics, just 3 words stenciled in white block letters, The Road Crew. It's not a band, I thought. It's the sound guys, the lighting techs, the riggers who build the stage. It has to be safe. I put on the Road Crew shirt and walked to the festival. The noise was a physical force, the crowd a pulsing sea of black. I found a spot near the massive main stage, my heart pounding, a cocktail of adrenaline and terror coursing through me. Crushing Hand launched into their final epic song. The crowd surged forward, and then it hit me. A dizzying, horrifying vision flooded my mind. It wasn't one person this time. It was dozens. I saw the thick steel cables snapping in unison high above the stage. I saw the massive light rigs and speaker stacks dropping like guillotines. The entire scaffolding rig collapsing. Not on the band, but on the mass of workers behind them. The sound engineers, the security detail, the crew. The road crew. I saw the collapse widening, spreading into the pit, crushing the first few rows of the audience. The shirt. It didn't target the artists. It targeted its own tribe. I was wearing a shirt for the collective doom of the very community I loved. I turned, frantic, trying to scream a warning, but my voice was swallowed by the terror of what had happened. I looked up. The steel cables were shimmering, vibrating under an impossible strain. They were about to fail. I was frozen, a spectator in my own catastrophic vision. The fate of 1,000 people now rested on the choice of my t-shirt this morning. I could only watch, horrified, as the main lighting truss began its slow, inevitable descent above the crowd, above me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales from the dark side of the unknown.